In a quiet suburb where every house tells the story of multiple generations, a single mother faces a storm of financial difficulties that threatens the already fragile balance of her life with her young son, Maurice, who suffers from a chronic illness. Lucy, the mother, has just been laid off from her job at a local factory, a hard blow that comes at an especially tough time as Maurice's medical bills keep piling up. Despite her tireless efforts to find new job opportunities, the harsh reality of the recession limits her options. One evening, as Lucy is overwhelmed by bill after bill, a difficult decision begins to form in her mind. Selling the house, a place of happy memories and security, now seems like the only possible solution. With tears in her eyes and a trembling will, she picks up the phone and dials the number of a real estate agent who had left a card several months ago when despair had not yet knocked on her door.
Hello, is this Mr. Rodriguez? It's Lucy.
Yes, the same one.
I'd like to put my house up for sale,
she said in a somewhat hesitant voice, loaded with emotion.
Lucy, I'm sure we can help you, but are you sure?
Selling the house is an important decision, replied the agent, his voice full of professional concern.
I have no choice, Rodrigo.
Maurice's medical bills are piling up, and I see no other solution, she explained, the words coming out hastily and heavily. Rodrigo sighed on the phone, sensing the weight of the situation.
I understand. Let's find a buyer as soon as possible. Do you have a place to go?
The hesitation in Lucy's voice was palpable.
For now, we'll stay with my sister. She'll help us until I get back on my feet.
In the following days, the house was put on the market. To Lucy's surprise and relief, a buyer quickly showed interest. What she didn't know was that the buyer was a renowned pediatrician ready to take care of Maurice's medical needs as part of the transaction. Lucy felt that any additional help for her son was welcome, even if the idea of entrusting him to a stranger was painfully difficult to accept. The sale was finalized with a mix of relief and pain, marking not only the end of a chapter in their lives, but also the beginning of a new journey full of uncertainty and renewed hope. The new tenant, Dr. Darlaw Thomas, had an air of mystery that intrigued the neighbors, but few knew of his brilliant career as a renowned pediatrician. Recently retired from active medicine, he was looking for a quiet place to write and reflect on his professional life. Lucy's house, with its small garden and warm atmosphere, seemed perfect for his quiet plans. Touched by Maurice's situation when he learned about the child's health condition during the negotiations, Darlaw decided to keep his professional identity and plans for the child a secret, preferring to observe and evaluate the situation before revealing himself. On moving day, as Lucy and Maurice prepared their things, Darlaw showed up at the door. Nervous and a little suspicious, Lucy opened the door.
Dr. Thomas, can I help you?
She asked, trying to mask the tension in her voice.
Please, call me Darlaw. I just wanted to see how you were doing with the move and maybe get to know Maurice a little better,
he replied with a gentle smile. Lucy hesitated, but Maurice, curious, approached.
Hello, I'm Maurice. Do you like dinosaurs?
The boy asked with a spark of innocence in his eyes. Darlaw, charmed by the boy's spontaneity, responded,
I love dinosaurs, Maurice, and I know a lot about them. Did you know the Tyrannosaurus Rex had teeth the size of bananas?
Maurice lit up with a smile, and Lucy watched the exchange with unexpected relief. The conversation shifted to Maurice's interests. While listening attentively, Darlaw asked careful questions about the boy's health without revealing his expertise. In the days that followed, Darlaw took advantage of his visits to discreetly assess Maurice's condition, taking mental notes on potential treatments and interventions that could be beneficial. Maurice's mother, still unaware of Darlaw's profession, was increasingly impressed by the attention and care he showed her son. Finally, deciding it was time to intervene more directly, Darlaw called Lucy for a serious conversation.
Lucy, I have something important to tell you about Maurice. I'm a pediatrician. From my observations, I think we can significantly improve his condition with advanced treatments,
Darla revealed. Lucy, surprised and emotional, could barely find the words.
You're a doctor, and you want to help Maurice? Yes, I am. And yes, I'm here to help, not just as a tenant, but as someone who can truly change his life,
Darla declared, embarking on a new adventure that would change Morris's life forever. After revealing his true identity as a renowned pediatrician, Darla began applying his medical knowledge to Morris's treatment. Noting Lucy's limited resources for her son's treatment, he decided to use some of the most advanced therapies he knew, which were financially out of reach for Lucy. Darla had valuable contacts in the medical industry and access to innovative treatments that quickly proved effective. One sunny afternoon, Darla called Lucy for a conversation in the small garden of the house, where they could talk while Maurice played in the distance.
Lucy, I want to talk to you about Morris's progress. Over the past few weeks, I've applied advanced techniques I've learned over the years. Fortunately, we're seeing significant improvements,
Darla began, his tone cautiously optimistic. Lucy, anxious and hopeful, nervously wrung her hands.
This is incredible, Darla. I can't thank you enough. But what are these treatments? Are they safe? Absolutely safe,
assured Darla.
One involves a recently approved gene therapy specifically designed for the type of illness Maurice has. I gained access to it through a compassionate program. We're also using a special diet that helps strengthen his immune system.
Lucy listened, the word therapy resonating in her mind, mixed with a wave of relief and admiration.
I would never have managed on my own. Is Maurice really getting better? Yes, he is,
Darla confirmed, watching Maurice run with newfound vigor.
You may have noticed he's more active, and the latest test shows substantial improvement in his health indicators. I've noticed, yes. He plays more, he laughs more. Oh, Darla, you've given him a new life,
Lucy said, visibly moved, tears welling in her eyes.
I've done what any doctor would have done in my place. Maurice is an incredible boy who deserves every chance in the world,
Darla declared with a gentle smile. In the following days, Morris's remarkable recovery continued to amaze everyone. His more frequent and vibrant laughter filled the house, and his doctor visits were less about emergency treatments and more about regular checkups. Lucy felt a mix of gratitude and amazement as she watched her son transform from a frequent patient into a boy full of energy and possibilities. As Maurice continued to improve under Darla's care, Lucy experienced a whirlwind of emotions. The joy of her son's healing was immense, but it was accompanied by deep remorse for her previous decisions. She often wondered if selling the house had been truly necessary, or if there were other ways to avoid such a drastic measure. One Saturday afternoon, as she watched Maurice play in the garden under Darla's watchful eye, Lucy sat next to the doctor on the porch bench, seeking advice and perhaps absolution.
Darla, can I talk to you?
Lucy began, her voice hesitant.
Of course, Lucy. What's on your mind?
Darla responded, realizing the gravity in her tone.
Since you've been taking care of Maurice, I can't help but think that I might have acted rashly by selling the house. Now that I see how different things could have been, I feel so guilty,
Lucy said, her tears threatening to spill. Darla looked at her with understanding and kindness.
Lucy, you did what you thought was necessary at that moment to ensure your son's well-being. No one can predict the future, and you couldn't have known that I would come along and be able to help you. But if I had searched harder and asked for help sooner?
Lucy wondered, watching Morris's smiling face from afar.
These are questions we all ask ourselves,
Darla said softly.
But what matters now is that Maurice is getting better, and you have the chance to rebuild your life and your relationship with him. The past can't be changed, but the future is always in your hands.
Lucy took a deep breath, absorbing Darla's words.
You're right. I need to focus on the present and what I can do to give Maurice the best life possible. Exactly,
Darla agreed.
and you're not alone in this. I'm here to help you as much as I can.
This conversation helped Lucy feel a bit lighter. Although her regrets persisted, she knew the road ahead would still be long and filled with challenges. But Darla's presence and Morris's continued improvement brought a new breath of hope into her life. She decided to do her best to forgive herself and look forward, focusing on her son's health and happiness. With this mindset, Lucy allowed herself to smile as she watched Maurice run in the garden, a sight she hadn't imagined possible a few months ago. Over the weeks and months, Lucy and Morris's life stabilized. Morris's health, now under Darla's attentive and innovative care, continued to improve, allowing Lucy to concentrate on rebuilding their lives outside the medical context. Freed from the constant worry, Lucy found a new job at a local store, bringing a sense of normalcy and independence she hadn't felt in a long time. One sunny Sunday afternoon, as Maurice played in the yard under Darla's watchful eye, Lucy sat with a cup of coffee to talk to the doctor, who had become a friend and advisor.
Darla, I'm really starting to feel like I can look to the future with hope,
Lucy said, smiling as she watched Maurice.
I'm managing to save a bit of money with my new job, and I'm thinking of starting an evening course. I want to improve our lives. I want Maurice to be proud of me.
Darla, always encouraging, replied.
Lucy, that's wonderful to hear. You're an inspiration, you know that? The way you've handled everything, Maurice already has every reason to be proud of you.
Lucy laughed a little, embarrassed but pleased.
Thank you, Darla. And you know, I'm thinking of starting a business degree. I've always liked that field, and I think it could suit me. That's excellent. Education opens many doors, and I'm sure you'll do very well,
Darla said as he watched Maurice chase a butterfly.
I've also been thinking that maybe in the future, we could even consider buying a new house, a new home for us,
Lucy continued, a gleam of future plans in her eyes.
Step by step, Lucy, and I'll be here to help you every step of the way,
Darla assured, a partner in the rebuilding of their lives. Such conversations became commonplace between Lucy and Darla, who not only looked after Morris's health, but also supported his mother in redefining her life. Lucy was determined to make the necessary changes to ensure a better future for Maurice, taking advantage of the new chance they were given. Each passing day, fear and uncertainty gave way to new certainty and joy, a celebration of resilience, redemption, and renewal.